Hello guys, this is Starboy, also known as Ease in this community. Hello, how are you motherfuckers to wherever is listening? So today I'm going to talk about fucking subliminals. What are subliminals, etc, etc, etc. It will be my lecture on it. In my opinion, I'm more than qualified to give at least my opinion on these subjects, since I use subliminals for more time than I am in the game. I am in the game for, it's gonna be 10 or 11 years. I don't know the exact date, but whatever. Let's keep the bare minimum. I'm in the game for 9 years, and I'm using subliminals before I found fucking RST, for example. So let me just check here something. Don't worry guys, I'm still here. Okay, so I'm gonna start this fucking lecture, and once again, we are having a lectures about subliminals. And I'm gonna talk also about binaural bits. So I wanna start this fucking lecture by talking about how amazing the human brain and the human mind is. So seriously, it's a very fantastic fucking supercomputer or whatever. But what is important to know here, I'm not a doctor or a scientist or whatever. What is important to know here is that you have two types of minds. Of course, you already heard this. You have the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, but what I like to call the unconscious mind, so it's more easy to understand. I like to call it the automatic mind. So yeah, you have these two types of minds, and I'm gonna tell you a story about a fucking Chinese kid that she didn't live in China, she lived in the US, and she was raised until she was two years old. She was raised in Chinatown, in USA. I think in New York or something. I don't know exactly. She was raised in Chinatown. Then she moved out of fucking Chinatown. She went to another part of the city or whatever, and without her ever learning a single Chinese by herself, a simple Chinese word, at age 7 she woke up one day and she only spoke Chinese. She didn't even remember how to speak fucking English. She just spoke fucking Chinese. She was studying, etc, 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 and we concluded that I was not there, but scientists concluded that the girl, basically, what happened here, guys, it's everything you experience. This is what I'm trying to point across. So to put it in a very simple way, if you want to take notes, write this shit down. Everything you experience, watch, hear, learn, everything, even the things that you are not like focused on but are on your peripheral view or shit, everything is being ordered and stored in your automatic mind. Of course, only a small part of it you can access with your conscious mind, your awake mind, but everything you experience, every fucking experiences, guys. I don't know I'm being repetitive here, but it's just so my point comes across. Everything you fucking experience, everything you live, every second of your life is being recorded and stored by your unconscious mind, in your automatic mind, in your storage, hard drive, mental hard drive. I don't know, seriously. But what happened with this girl was this little girl somehow accessed her automatic mind storage data, and she basically took what she heard until she was 2, what she heard for 2 years, she took that and boom, now she speaks Chinese. So this is the first thing that I wanted to say. This will be very relevant to subliminals for some of the most savvy guys here. They are already understanding where this is going. But if you are not understanding where this is going, wait a bit and you will understand. I will link it later to this again. So the second thing I want to talk about here. So the first thing, it was like your brain is amazing. Yours, mine, every human that is not a fucking retard. And I mean literally retard, you know, like salivating and shit. Every human that is not that has an amazing fucking brain that is recording everything that happens. Every second, every millisecond, everything. The second thing I want to talk is how so what do I know about subliminals, or how do I knew about subliminals? So basically what I know about subliminals, do subliminals work? Yes or no? Simply answer yes. They do fucking work. Of course you still have to be methodical and shit and put an effort, but yes, they do work. I've already seen some crazy shit results wise with subliminals. But yeah, they do work. This is what I have to say. Literally, I use subliminals for like 11 years now. At the time, there was like no companies making a profit out of this. It was all on YouTube. There was a forum that it's still alive today. Funny enough, yeah, it's still alive today, where people gathered and talk about subliminals. From that community, some content creators appeared and shit. People discussed it, tested, post the results, etc. And a little history about subliminals. Well, I'm gonna be raw and fucking truthful. Subliminals come from the occult, and for those who doesn't know what the fuck the occult is literally magic, yeah, it's literally this. So for any of you guys that already turned off this fucking lecture, I applaud you. So for the few that stayed here after hearing the word magic, yeah, subliminals come from the dark, wizardy shit. Yeah, the Satanists, Luciferians, blah 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 shit. It was one of the teachings, as long as astronomy, astrology, blah 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 blah, shit like that. It was one of the teachings of the fallen ones, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go deep into this. But yeah, subliminals are not like, they were not invented like 50 years ago or ever. Subliminals are here maybe like since the fucking Egyptians. And basically, what are subliminals? Subliminals, for example, there's a lot of fucking media that contains subliminals. Subliminals are hidden messages, so they present you a main, for example, a picture or shit, and in a picture, like in a small picture of, like in a big picture, there's a small picture of something, and because your automatic mind, your unconscious mind is always recording shit, that small something will be recorded in your head as well and interpreted by your unconscious mind as well, and will have an effect on you, either if you want it or not, because you're not even thinking about it. You know, your conscious mind is literally your police in this world. Things you see on a conscious level, you can like it or dislike it. You can choose to be like, oh, I love this or I hate this. But with subliminals, is literally bypassing your police, bypassing your conscious mind. This is what subliminals are. So yeah, subliminals literally are hidden messages, hidden messages in literally. So there's the main message. The main message is probably not the subliminal, and inside the main message they put little messages that you can't see or interpret by in your conscious mind, and that shit is subliminals. So literally, along with subliminals, there is this binaural bits, and binaural bits are different than subliminals. Binaural bits are literally waves, frequency waves, that are played in different, like one frequency plays on your left here, another frequency plays on your right here. Your brain syncs them, and your brain starts literally that frequency that you're hearing starts. Your brain literally tune into it. So to summarize this, so we don't get very complex, like your brain tune into it, starts vibrating literally at the sound of the frequency that you're playing in the binaural bit. The difference between subliminals and binaural bit in terms of results, literally, by my experience, and this is the consensus of the community, binaural bits work faster than subliminals so for you to achieve results. Binaural bits work faster, but subliminals are way more consistent, way more consistent. So we can say that subliminals take a while to took off, but once they took off, like, they are stronger than binaural bits. But yeah, binaural bits still work, guys. So how does subliminal work? So again, let's not forget, your brain is amazing. It's recording everything that is happening. Subliminals come from the dark arts, blah blah blah. They work. Subliminals are hidden messages inside the main message, and there is subliminals and binaural bits. And okay, so how do subliminals work? Literally, the subliminals we use are literally, for example, an audio file, and you put the audio file playing. You put the audio file playing, and normally the audio file. So there's. Okay, guys. Sorry again, but from the beginning there is two types. So what? I was supposed to talk about this later. I'm going to talk about it now. Fuck it. So there are two types of subliminals that we are using in this community, which is ultrasonic ones and masked ones. They are not exclusive to Subclub or shit like this. It's a default way of producing subliminals, basically. In the ultrasonic one, so for example, what are subliminals? How do subliminals work? So some guy has a script full of messages, for example, affirmations, and he records himself talking or recording those affirmations. Then he speaks, he records them, and he compresses them into a frequency that your hear, that the human mind, that the human conscious mind can't hear, but the human unconscious mind can hear. So they put it in a frequency, and we know the frequencies that the human can hear sound. So they put it in a frequency that your conscious mind can't hear, but it's still in the human range of the frequencies that you can hear. And what this does is bypassing your conscious mind, bypassing your cop, literally, and those messages are being literally like fired and stored in your unconscious mind without you even having a chance of saying no to them or rejecting them or judging them. You just accept them as true. They are just being stored in your fucking unconscious mind. So this type of file is the ultrasonic one. The masked one, it's literally, for example, you put a sound. You have the main track, and in the main track you put a sound that is audible for the conscious mind. For example, a song. For example, Subclub uses water, the waterfall. There's I had some where it was like sea waves and shit like that, or nature noises, or plain songs, like literally songs by bands or shit. And that's the main track, so your conscious mind gets distracted by that shit. And behind the main track, there's playing the script of the affirmations. So those messages that are playing behind the main track, those messages are being masked. You know, here is the word. Those messages are being masked by the main track. So your conscious mind focus on the main track. So those messages also enter your mind, or your conscious mind, without you having a chance to judge them or saying no to them or whatever. So yeah, this is how fucking subliminals work, and the difference between ultrasonic and masked. Let's not forget that big companies, and when I say big companies, I'm really talking about big companies, like for example, Coca-Cola, Disney, yeah, those leagues. Let's not forget that those companies waste billions a year in subliminal messages, in their marketing, in their publicity, in their advertising. Okay, so if fucking multi-million-dollar, multi-billion-dollar companies are wasting money on this, maybe it's a sign that work, guys. All I'm saying, you know. So, what results did I personally have with subliminals? I don't exactly remember what was the first thing that I tested with subliminals. Seriously, I think it was something to make my legs bigger or shit like that. And I also came with a fucking skepticism, but at the time I was also studying that the mind owns the matter and shit, so I was really balked into the idea and shit. And surprise, surprise, it fucking worked. So yeah. What results did I have with subliminals? Dudes, like literally, I ran subliminals for a long time now. I've used them in so many areas of my life, from intelligence, like literally intelligence, to memory, like to increase memory, because I had huge memory problems in the past, like to increase memory, physical subliminals, for example, jawline, yeah man, shit like that, guys. Since yeah, and literally there was at the time also subliminals similar to the subliminals that are now. Of course, nowadays they seem and please be of higher quality, the subliminals we have right now. But at the time there was and already I also boosted testosterone with subliminals, blah 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 blah. Yeah, subliminals do work, guys. They do work for what the fuck you want them to work. Because literally your mind is manifesting what you want in your life through your inner dialogue. So you can say that subliminals change your inner dialogue without you even knowing it, you know. I wasn't sure if I was going to share this, but for example, guys, like seriously, I've seen trans people getting fucking bodies of women, you know, women body, getting a women body, literally like a bigger ass and curves, you know, like the anatomy of a female body is different than the anatomy of a male one. They have the hourglass figure and shit. And literally, like, I saw those people having like so many crazy results, and I'm like, what the fuck, like, Jesus Christ. And yeah, I even bugged more into like the idea that mind owns the matter, blah 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 blah. You're what you are, what you think you are, blah 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 blah. So now a question from the community is like, did I subliminal myself to where I am right now, or was it more supplementary? Look serious with like nowadays. Nowadays, the honest answer is I subliminal myself to where I am right now, but with this I don't want to take credit away from other areas. But yes, I do subliminal myself to where I am right now. Like seriously, it was a big helper and a big life changer into shaping my mindset. Seriously. Even in making me more grounded, blah 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 blah. So another question: ultrasonic versus masked differences and how to use. I already told the difference between ultrasonic and masked. Ultrasonic is a subliminal played in a frequency range that your conscious mind can't hear, but that the human mind can still hear. So your conscious mind is hearing to it, and the masked is literally an audio file with the subliminal messages being played behind the main track, so they are masked by the main track. How to use them? Guys, this is very important. Ultrasonic, never listen to it like very fucking high, because that shit can damage your ears permanently. And yeah, don't even risk it, you know, guys. If you're going to use, if you're going to run subliminals, and they are the same, they are the fucking same, guys, in terms of strength or shit. I will say that ultrasonic is a bit more powerful than mask, but you just have to use the two if you have the chance. Mix the two if you have the chance. But how to use them? This is the only rule, guys. Like, I only use ultrasonics on speakers. If I ever use it on fucking headphones, I run it like at 20% volume. Like seriously, better lower than higher in this situation. So everything that is not speakers, I use masked versions. Everything that is not headphones, I use ultrasonic. So on speakers I use ultrasonics, on headphones I use masked, unless I don't have the versions or shit, and I'm forced to use a version that, yeah, whatever. The biggest downfalls I see guys having with fucking subliminals is having false expectations and being impatient. They, like, for example, never heard for some like subliminals in their whole life, or they heard it like once or twice. And when I say this, is like, okay, they imagine a guy heard a subliminal for like 4 months. 4 months, the guy listened to it every time he went to bed, and nothing like really major is happening. Like only a small result here, a small result there. It's like, dude, like maybe you have 19 years of social. Imagine that the dude that's doing this is 19. It's like you have 19 years of social conditioning. You have 19 years of messages, wrong messages, being reinforced into your mind. And you expect everything to change in 4 months. Are you serious? Like, I already told you that, in my opinion, the mind manifests your outer world, so your inner world is manifested outwardly. But 19 years wins against 4 months. Okay, and if you're like, noobs will listen to this and be all dogmatic and shit about this and be like, oh damn, then do I need to hear for 19 fucking years to at least match my previous social conditioning? Like, no man, like, no, you don't need that. You probably just need to plunge through it a bit more until your mind starts becoming accepting and malleable to the opposite messages that it was fed to her for such a long fucking time. Okay, so just hold on, have a belief and shit. But I will talk about this soon. Let me just continue here, just so I don't divagate. So, how do I use subliminals? How do I personally use them? Like the best method, you know, and how to get the most out of subliminals. Literally, dudes, like literally, on a practical level, like doing shit. It's I choose a subliminal I want to hear. I pick a file, I literally listen to it every time I go to sleep. So while I'm sleeping, that shit is playing. And when I'm awake, I listen to it once or twice. Okay? Like while awake, once or twice. You know, repeat the file once or twice. And when you are sleeping, like that shit is playing on repeat. Okay, this is on a practical level. Practical, like actually doing shit. But for me, the most important part is like the inner things you have to do for the subliminals to work. And the inner things you have to do for the subliminals to work is literally, I wrote this shit down, is literally clarity. And by clarity, I mean you need to know what the subliminal is going to help you in. Okay? So you need to know that the subliminal, for example, you want to run fucking Emperor or shit by Subliminal Club. You need to know that Emperor will also heal you emotionally. Okay? So have clarity. Okay? Be informed about what is the subliminal, like what are the biggest benefits of the subliminal, what is the subliminal like aimed for. Okay, this is clarity. So clarity, certainty. Okay, certainty, this is very fucking important. It's what do you want. Okay, and be certain about it. Like I want this, it's this that I'm chasing. Okay, so for example, in my early days when I was like I want more testosterone. See, like it's very clear, it's very specific, it's very certain. I have a lot of certainty. Like I want more testosterone. You know, there's no fucking around. There's no like I want more testosterone, I want this, I want that. Like no, it's like I want more testosterone. This is the goal. I want more testosterone. So clarity, certainty, congruency. So for example, if I was, I want more testosterone, and then I'm going to eat foods that will produce a lot of testosterone, I'm not being congruent with what do I want. Okay? So clarity, certainty, congruency, okay? And the most important, like no, it's not the most important. Fuck this shit. All are important. This is repetition. Repetition is one big one. It's a big one. Okay? Seriously, I don't want to say most important because all are important, but repetition is a big fucking one. Seriously. And by this, I mean don't quit. Okay? Plunge through it. Again, your mind has been being fed consciously and shit. Like it is already accepted, you know, like your outworld. So it's like your mind, for so many time, was fed the wrong shit. Subliminals have messages that are very beneficial to you. It's just the opposite shit that you've been conditioned to. So just plunge through it, and repetition, and with time, you know, shit will start manifesting in your outer world. And again, just one more. So for now we have clarity, certainty, congruency, repetition, and the last one, but again, I think this is the most important one. All are important, but this is the most important one. And this goes hand in hand with congruency. It's action. Action towards your goal. So for example, imagine that I'm listening to subliminals to fucking get ripped, you know. This is too easy. So imagine I'm using subliminals to a big popular one is to have white teeth. So I need to take action towards it. I need to be congruent with what do I want and do the things that will lead me to that shit. And subliminals will accelerate that shit, you know, will accelerate the process and will manifest the process harder, the process easier. It will manifest your reality quicker, your desired reality. So imagine I'm listening to subliminals to get whiter teeth. I'm also washing my teeth every day, or when I finish any fucking meal. If that's like my real goal, like getting white teeth. So imagine again that my end goal is getting white teeth. I'm listening to subliminals to get white teeth. I have clarity, you know. I'm going to pick a subliminal that gives me white teeth. I have clarity. I have certainty. I want high teeth. I want white teeth. I have congruence. So again, I have clarity. I have certainty. I want white teeth. I have congruency. So it's like I'm congruent with what I want. I don't indulge in behaviors that will push me away from my goal. I will repeat the fucking subliminal. I will give a lot of time to it for it to work, and I will take action towards the fucking subliminal and towards the end goal, towards like I will wash my teeth, like physically wash them in the real world. So I will recommend for you guys, seriously, this was like a side benefit I had. I play guitar and shit. I wasted a lot of money on a good sound system, and I have a good sound system. They're really good, guys, seriously. And I play my files like, well, when I'm home, it's where like 90% of my subliminal time is played, is when I am home. Unless I'm traveling or shit and I'm forced to use it on the phone. But seriously, I feel the difference when I am home with that sound system. So get the fucking good sound system, especially with amazing bass and an amazing surround system. And if any of you reach this point, will be like, and is expert in subliminals, will be like, oh, you don't need fucking surround system. Subliminals are not surround, you know, binaural beats are, but not subliminals. And I say to you, you're totally right. Totally fucking right. Subliminals are not surround, you know, they are stereo. They are not fucking surround. But seriously, guys, like if you have a well distributed speakers and shit, like I don't know, guys, it just feels different. But this is, I admit, it's personal opinion. You don't need an amazing surround system. You just need one thing that I kind of know and feel it. Like I can really feel it, and I tested with friends as well. Like, come here, like, do you feel the difference with this or not? It's bass. Okay, like with bass, it feels more. My theory is like, since we are all vibration, we are all vibrating ourselves and shit, blah blah blah. With bass, it changes the vibration, even if it's like 3-4%, but it changes it, and it's amazing. It speeds the subliminal strength or shit. I don't know. I think it increases the subliminal strength. But yeah, this is all personal opinion. The thing that you have to have a good sound system, it's all personal opinion, guys. Nothing factual or shit. It's just my opinion. But yeah, guys, seriously, in my experiences, yeah, a good sound system definitely fucking helps a lot. So now let's imagine that you are like a beginner. So imagine you are a total beginner to a subliminal. Seriously, like, what I will do again is like just follow the method I told you. Pick a fucking file. I'm going to repeat this again because I think this is the core of this lecture. Is have an end goal, you know, have clarity of what end goal you want. You know, pick a subliminal for that end goal. See the subliminal description from the author of the subliminal, you know, see the promised results the subliminal will give and shit. So that shit comes like, so that shit stays in your conscious mind, you know. So at least you have like, you become conscious of what the subliminal is aimed for and shit. So have clarity of what do you want to achieve. Then have certainty, okay? Then have congruency, okay? Repetition, time, and action towards the goal. Like take action towards the end goal that you want, okay? So this is the best method. In terms of really practical shit, I pick a file. So after clarity, certainty, congruency, okay? After this shit, I pick a file and I play it. If the file has both ultrasonic and masked versions, I play the ultrasonic at night while I am sleeping or while I am at home. Imagine I stay a day, like every time I get at home, you know, like every fucking time, even if it's like 20 minutes, I normally have the PC always turned on, like not always guys, but yeah, sometimes, a lot of time, and it's always looping the fucking subliminal. So I enter a house and I catch the subliminal half looping and shit, and I just do my life, guys. But like important shit is I run the ultrasonic on speakers at night while I'm sleeping, and during the day I only repeat it once or twice, the subliminal, okay? Like once is enough. You just need to give your conscious mind, like, it's just like I see it as like showing your conscious mind, like, see, this is what we are listening at night, you know. So yeah, it's seriously, this is the method. And to finish off this fucking lecture, my opinion on Shannon versus Subclub versus other companies and YouTube. Seriously, guys, the most effective ones, subliminals I have, was by Shannon, but it's like, and on my top 10 is literally like 1 by Shannon, 7 by or 8 by fucking YouTube, okay? And now by Subclub, Primal was really fucking good, Regeneration as well. Emperor was meh, like it was good, it's good, seriously, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Not gonna comment about it, like Emperor is good. But I'm now running, what I'm doing right now, I'm listening to Khan for like 3 weeks now, or 2 weeks or shit. I think 3 weeks, or yeah, I'm gonna enter the 4th week, so it's gonna become a month, and I will change to stage 2 or but I'm listening to Khan. Opinion so far, it's very good. Very, very, very good. Very good, guys. Seriously, I think it's the best sub by Subclub ever. But the best sub I heard was by Shannon, the MSI. I think at the time it was a 3.3 or 3.2. I don't remember, but I think it's 3.2.5. It's very, very fucking good. But it's really hard to run. It comes with instructions on how to use and shit. It's very hard to run. But once I was like, no, fuck it, I will give it a try, and I made the effort to run it like it should be run, and it's really fucking good, guys. Really fucking good. I think that like with the MCI was the only subliminal that I was listening like the second time, I think. The second day, and I really felt my mind getting dizzy, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here and shit. Like, yeah, it was really strange. I really felt like I was entering another shit or whatever. And then I read the description of the MSI. So yeah, like I went to have clarity, and yeah, it said there that he had real-time state transference or shit like that, like new shit, and I'm like, okay. Also, Talmadge Harper has good subliminals, very good. I think he uses, I think both Shannon, I think all of them guys, the big companies, Shannon, Talmadge, and Subclub, uses occultish shit in their subliminals. Especially Talmadge. Talmadge has very good subliminals, very fucking good. There was one subliminal by him that promised a new girl will approach you in a situation that is very unexpected. And seriously, guys, both you and I know that girls don't approach you. They like give signs for you to approach, like at max. And seriously, guys, it was very charismatic. It was really charismatic. I will not answer this story unless you guys like ask me to later or shit. But literally, I was, to summarize, I was with a girl on a club, on a cafe, like taking coffee and shit. We had dinner together and shit. And another girl is with her boyfriend, and she leaves her boyfriend. She literally ditches the boyfriend. The boyfriend is speaking with another couple, and and she comes to our table. She starts gaming my girl, and below the table she starts playing with her leg, with my leg and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And while she's like treating my girl all nicely and shit, making like passing by her friend, you know, like, oh sweetie, I will never hurt you, you're so sweet and shit. And behind the table the bitch is with her leg touching my leg and shit, like on purpose and shit. And like, and then giving me the eyes and shit. And I'm like, oh seriously, bitch. So yeah, that shit was scary by Talmadge, but it was fun. It was very good. I need to run it again, but now I'm busy with camp. Hope you guys learned something from this fucking lecture, and see you next time, guys. It was very fun.